Good morning, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 3 in my countdown of my favorite 31 power trio bands of all time. 3 musicians getting together, making some great sounds, but powerful sounds. That's kind of what we're going for here. A lot of great bands to choose from. I've had a lot of fun doing this all month. We're down to the final 3. It's been interesting the last couple of days watching many of you try to predict what my top 5 is going to be. And a lot of you are pretty spot on, although some of you may have had the order of things a little bit off. But I think you guys know me very well, where you've been able to predict kind of where I'm going, and based on who I've already noted in the in this series so far throughout the rest of the month. So the top one shouldn't be any real surprise. Interesting how seeing some comments from some people where they're like, I can't believe you would pick one band over another. Well, it's all about personal preferences, right? So while you may not think some of the bands I've chosen in the spots that they're in should be where they are, doesn't really matter because that's where I have them. That's really all that matters. But you are free to do the list as you like them down below. That's how we do this. It's not a new concept here on the channel, right? So my pick for today is a band that got their start. Their first album was released in 1971. They're from a state here in the US of A called Texas. Of course, the band is ZZ Top, right? Dusty, Billy, and Frank. One of the great trios of all time. Whether you call them blues rock, southern rock, hard rock, they kind of do all 3 of those things. Just a tremendous, tremendous band. They've got a lot of really great albums, but for me, Tres Hombres is the cream of the crop here. There's that cream reference once again. Just a great album with so many great songs. I mean, you got, first of all, look at the band itself. Up until Dusty's death just not long ago, you had the same 3 guys, the same lineup for all those years. From 1971 till when Dusty passed away, when did Dusty leave us? In last year, 2021. So roughly 50 years of the same 3 guys. That's unheard of in music. Absolutely unheard of. You got Billy's thick, awesome Gibson Les Paul tone, and his great gravelly vocals. Dusty's even more gravelly vocals, and the big bass, and Frank's always steady drumming. Of course, Frank Beard, the guy without the beard, the other 2 guys with the long beard, right? So iconic, the look, the sound, everything about ZZ Top. 3 guys making lots of noise, and pretty damn spectacular noise, I might add. So many great songs throughout their career, but this album, Waiting for the Bus, Jesus Just Left Chicago, Beer Drinkers and Hellraisers, Master of Sparks. I mean, does any album start off with 4 tracks that are hotter than those, right? And you've got the Precious and Grace, LaGrange, moving on down the line, Hot Blue and Righteous. Such a great album. Such a great album. Chic, Have You Heard? I mean, the whole album is great, but, if you go and get this wonderful box set that's got, all those classics on there, and the latter period stuff is really good as well. I mean, ZZ Top, just a great band. One of the classics of all time, and I love them. I think ZZ Top for me is a band that I have grown to appreciate more and more as the years have gone on, the older I've gotten. I always liked them, but I would have never considered them like a top band, 30, 40 years ago. But now in more recent times, I'm like, hey, you know what? The majesty, the greatness of ZZ Top just always seems to be more apparent to me the older I get. Again, the big riffs, the sizzling solos, the locked-in grooves, right? The songs that just always stick in your head. Some of it's heavy, some of it's bluesy, some of it's atmospheric, gutsy with attitude. I prefer the older stuff and the newer stuff to more so than that big commercial period. I mean, Eliminator's got obviously some great songs on it. That's their big, huge hit. The Afterburner Recycler stuff, but, Rhythmine and, XXX and Mescalero and La Futura, all the more recent stuff. Getting back to basics for ZZ Top, I really like that. But the 70s albums and even a couple of those early 80s albums, just absolutely terrific. Terrific. A great band. Always a power trio, never more than that. And that to me, there's the top 3 on my list were always a power trio. For the most, always a power trio, and that's what made them so great. So ZZ Top is my pick for today. pick number 3 on my top 31 power trio bands of all time. Stay tuned tomorrow and the next day for number 2 and number 1. Like I said, I'm sure most of you know, if you've been paying attention all month, you probably know who's coming up. It's just like, who will be number 2, who will be number 1. You'll just have to wait and see. So down below, let us know what you think of the mighty ZZ Top, that little old band from Texas, as well as your pick, your number 3 on this countdown of our top 31 power trios of all time. Our favorite. That's the key word, favorite. This isn't the top. This isn't a textbook. These are the top 31, right? These are our favorites, right? There's no better or worse here. Doesn't matter how many albums they've sold. Doesn't matter how many tours they've done, how many people have heard them or not. These are our favorites. These are the ones that do it for us the most, okay? It's not a hard concept, folks, for those handful of people that just don't seem to get that. They just find it hysterical that just like we have to keep reminding people, and I have to keep responding to comments for people who just don't get that concept. It's like, just play along like everybody else does. It's not that difficult. So let's just enjoy this for what it is, right? This should be fun, right? Doing these type of shows should be fun for everybody. If you're going to, go too deep into the weeds and leave these shows then for us folks who want to have fun with it, right? That's my motto. So anyway, thanks for watching. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Coming up tomorrow, number 2, and then of course the finale, number 1, and then of course you'll get a bonus episode with all my honorable mentions, because it wouldn't be a month-long show without the honorable mention show, right? So you'll get, on the last day of the month, you'll get 2 shows. 1 revealing my number 1, and the honorable mentions revealing my very long list of honorable mentions. So the ones that didn't quite make the cut of 31. So thanks for watching, everybody. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell. We also have the links below to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, as well as our merch page for all sorts of cool Sea of Tranquility stuff. And thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow morning with another of my favorite 31 power trio bands of all time. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.